All right, so now we're going to do the Minnesota manual dexterity test. We're going to do two of the sub-test batteries with that. So the first one we're going to demonstrate here is called the placing battery. So what you want to do is you want to start with your board close to the edge of the table. Then you're going to move it about 10 inches up. Doesn't have to be exact, just enough space so that you can put the board back down here and leave the pucks up here. Then you're going to carefully extract the board and the pucks. All right, and now that the top is going to mirror the bottom, you're going to start on the participant's right side, top right puck, and he is going to take that one and put it in the top right hole, okay? And then he's going to go all the way down one column, and then he's going to start with the next top right puck, put it right here, and go down the next column. All right, and on the manual there are quotes of what you should tell the client. So for Blake, I'll say the objective of this test is to see how fast you can put the disc into the holes of the board using only one hand. You will want to start with your dominant hand. So for Blake, what's your dominant hand?
Right hand.
Right hand, okay. No matter what their dominant hand is, you're gonna start on the right side, but it just determines what hand he's going to use for the first one. You will begin on the right, pick up the bottom disc and insert. Hold on, cut this. The object of this test is to see how fast you can pick up discs and put them into the hole of the board using only one hand. You will want to use your dominant hand. So what's your dominant hand, Blake?
Right hand.
Okay. So you must begin on the right, pick up the bottom disc and insert it into the top hole of the board. Now you must pick up the next disc in the column on the right, and so on. You will move from right to left on this test. Once you complete one column, repeat the previous sequence in the second column until you have filled the entire board. You may hold on to the board with your free hand if you wish to do so. Do remember the order in which you pick up the disc and place them down. You must make sure all the discs are fully inserted into the holes of the board before the trial is complete. If you drop a disc, you must pick it up and insert it into the proper hole before the time is stopped. Your score will be the total number of seconds it takes to complete several trials. So for this, we're going to do 3 trials, okay? So you will record the time for each trial separately. When you finish one trial, you must rearrange the board and disc into the starting position and start another trial. Please do not touch the disc until you hear further instructions. Does all that make sense to you?
Yep.
Okay. You may put your hand on the first disc. Ready? Begin. Okay, so Blake's time was 1 minute and 7 seconds. And we would do that then 2 other times to take the average of his 3 attempts. All right, for the next sub-test is the turning test. Okay, the object of this test is to see how fast you can pick up the disc with one hand, turn them with the other hand, and then replace the disc back into the holes of the board. Okay, so first, with your left hand, pick up the block in the upper right-hand corner. Turn the disc while passing it to your right hand, and then return it to the original hole on the board with the bottom facing up. You must work from left, or you must work to your left across the top row. Yep.
Have to switch it.
Now with your right hand, pick up the first block in the second row and turn the disc while passing it to your left hand and return it to the original hole with the bottom facing up. You will work to your right until you complete the entire row. So does that make sense to you? So you're going to start with this one, and you're going to pick it up with your left hand. Move it to your right hand, turn it upside down, place it in the hole. And you're going to start with your left hand on this one also. And you do that left hand for this entire row. Then whenever you move down the row, that's when you start with your right hand. Okay? As you work back to the left in your third row, you will use your left hand to pick up the disc and your right hand to return it back to the original hole. Working back to your right on the fourth row, you must use your right hand to pick up the disc and your left to return it. You must make sure all the discs are fully inserted into the hole of the board before the trial is complete. If you've dropped a disc, you must pick it up and insert it into the proper hole before the time is stopped. Your score will be the total number of seconds it takes to complete several trials. We will record the time for each trial separately. When you finish one trial, the board and disc should already be in the starting position for another trial. In other words, the opposite color of the disc is now exposed. Please do not touch the discs until you hear further instruction. Does that all make sense to you?
Yep.
Okay. So put your left hand on the disc in the top right hand corner of the board. Ready? And begin. Good. 53 seconds. And you, again, we do that 2 other times to make 3 trials, and then find the total and the average of those. And that's the 2 batteries of the Minnesota.